Good evening, afternoon, or morning. It's Kaghoe coming at you with another video. So today we are here to explore the SCARLET Enclave, new area, zone, raid, whatever you want to call it, but it is actually quite insane, and you guys are going to see my very first real authentic reaction to it. I have not gone any further to explore the new places that you are about to see in this video, so you guys are going to see the real first thing. I am here. What you're seeing right now is the live server on SOD and where we are located, and then I'm going to switch it over to the PTR in a moment. But before we get into the video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Everything you guys do helps my channel grow, helps me get discovered, and helps me help as many people as possible, which is the entire point of my channel. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So I am here at the Tears Hand area right inside of EPL at 8881, and as you can see, we are at the back corner of it, and there is a wall right here that is just the wall and is the end of Tears Hand at the very back of it by the cathedral. And now I'm going to switch it over to the PTR, and you guys are going to see what it looks like there. So as you can see, it is immediately different, and there's no fountain here, and there's a giant road, and this road leads to a little special thing right here. The gates are open. This looks very, like, as I've mentioned a few times, like, this looks like the Death Knight starting area where we would head to with that. Like, this is that area. This is where the map extends to, further than Wrath. But we're going to go explore it and see what it looks like for sure. And as you can see, there's a little Black Lotus right there, which is pretty cool. But it's on the PTR, so it doesn't mean anything. But without further ado, let's go into this gate and see what is up. Hopefully I can make it further and not die. But as you can see, there is an invisible barrier right here. I cannot blink through it, which is unfortunate, but we can get a nice, beautiful view of this sort of city, what's here, and what it looks like. We kind of have a building right over there. We have a fortress, as well as some new stuff. It actually does look quite authentic, and it does not look like a, it really does not look like the, Death Knight area really at all, from what I can see. I will actually go on Kata and fly over it and go into it that way, just to also show you guys if it's any similarity to it or if it is completely new and authentic. I genuinely hope it is new and authentic, because that'd be awesome to see it. But we could really just only see a few Scarlet buildings. They removed the fountain. They added a new road there. I'm going to show you guys exactly where to run to sort of see here if you're able to get past it with any methods you know. I will try to ghost run through that barrier, but as we saw with Karazhan, it is probably blocked and not going to be very effective with that. But essentially, you start here at Tears Hand. Obviously, all these mobs are 50 elites, so you got to be careful here. It's very dangerous. I actually explored all these buildings on live and PTR, and I can say for the most part, they look exactly the same. Nothing crazy has changed. I don't really know if there's anything new or not, but I did look at every single one of them on the PTR and fresh, and I did not really notice any other differences other than behind the cathedral right here and this road becoming an actual road to go over to this brand new gate that you can see. And now I'm going to die here, and then we are going to try and run through it as a ghost, because I think that will be really cool. But it looks really awesome. I'd imagine the instance portal is right there, and that gives me hope that at the very least it is going to be something sort of new and authentic, and it's not just going to be what we saw with like DFC, for instance, and it being a dungeon there, and just like a copy of Tears Hand within an instanced zone. So it looks new. Everything's telling me it's new. We don't have the extension of the map, which, like, this normally is the Death Knight starting zone, and you can visit it even when you're not a Death Knight. And I will definitely show you that on the Cataclysm server here in a bit. But all in all, I am going to run back to my body and try to do it as a ghost, so I am going to cut to that, and I'll see you then. Voop. Alrighty guys, so as you can see, it actually worked, and I had to die again at the gate, but we can actually ghost through here. Oh no. If you ghost through it, it teleports you to Light's Hope Chapel. So the final way is to run over there, and I will run a script to explore it as a ghost for you guys. But, you know, we know all the tips and tricks, so hopefully I don't make Agrim mad by going in there and exploring it as a ghost. But yeah, so you have to go there, you have to die at the gate. You know, I guess you could die anywhere in EPL, and then you run in there as a ghost. So we will do a little ghost exploring of that area, but just a little trial and error to show you guys all the fun stuff in order to make your way over there. The ghost walk is quite obnoxious, so I'd love to see the graveyard there. Once it's an actual live raid, but obviously very early PTR testing. We are still not deterred from going in there and exploring it all. So essentially just go there, die, and then do not release. You have to stay there as a ghost, and then hopefully we will not teleport. So I need to find the add-on or a script to turn off the shadow spirit realm stuff effects, and then we will explore it as a normal ghost. So I'll see you when we get there. Voop. Alrighty guys, I found that little console command to set my death effects to 0, so we are here as a ghost, passing through the barrier, and we are going to go through it into the road, and hopefully it does not turn me away and send me to Light's Hope Chapel. So right here we have some houses, and these look a little different. I'm not entirely sure. I think this is the Wrath and what the Death Knight zone looks like in later versions of the game. This castle's here. If this goes down to a dock and that's a farm, that is really what this feels like. I'm pretty sure this turns into a giant dock, so it is looking like a right now a copy of it. Very funny that it says I'm in the hinterlands right here when we go all the way over here, but it does look like the Death Knight starting area from later games a little bit. Actually, this does not. So this should go down to the sea and become like a dock, and you have that whole cannon quest, but it doesn't. I don't think that little farm and house existed there. Then we have these torches here, which just sort of ends. So it is not a carbon copy of it, which is really good to see. These buildings do look rather familiar, but running through here, it does actually look quite new and tweaked and changed quite a bit. This apple orchard is for sure in the Death Knight starting area, because like you go back here, you become a ghost, and then this church is where like you talk to your former friends and stuff, and that's a really cool quest. So right here, it does kind of look like the Death Knight starting area, but with some tweaks and changes. But still really cool to see this implemented in Classic, for them to redo Tyr's Hand and just actually make use of these assets. I think it'll be a really fun and exciting raid to explore and see what's up with it. So yeah, this church isn't it says if you hover over the assets, it says things like that. I think this church is new, but there's a general church bench that we can sit at. This church definitely looks new, to me at least. This is the like Death Knight little quest where you talk to one of your people. These trees and stuff, cages. This looks very different. Like the aesthetics are different, but the only thing that I really see are like the buildings being the same. So like most of these people those are the beds for the classes. So like the buildings are the same, but I don't think there are gallows here. I don't think these cages are here. Just a lot of aesthetic work and finer small details definitely added here. The initial structures do look the same in where they're at, but it'll be really cool to go over towards like the farms and the mines over there that we normally see as a Death Knight, if they are new or not. This is my first time coming here, as you saw from the trials getting here, so it is just really freaking cool to be able to come here and look at all this new exciting stuff. So right here is like a little church, or like a governor building. This is pretty cool. Just, you know, standard classic assets. Just, you know, most of the buildings, they aren't different, they don't change really. I can't wait to go over to there. So as we saw, like the dock area is not in the game, so it'd be cool to see what's through this gate and what else is over here and what it becomes. We'll definitely go and explore the castle after we go through here and see what's over in this area, just to see like actual hard changes and what it looks like. So we have the crypt here, and so it looks like we have a ginormous wall put up. This crypt is, I don't know if the crypt is there or not. I think it might be. We'll go down in here to see. It's probably just a normal, oh, it doesn't even have a crypt. So the crypt area just is not here. It's filled in. It's just the building and aesthetic. We have a lot of corpses and bodies entombed here. And then we have none of the Death Knight stuff. So like it is just straight up blocked off where like you the Death Knight, like Arceus I think is what it's called, the Death Knight flying next Rammus, that's not there. This house has a door on it. These houses have a door on it. We have pumpkin patch farms. So definitely work is being done, and it is definitely new, and a lot has changed. These walls I'd imagine will go down and we might see some new stuff, but really awesome to see them you know, put in this hard at work and effort to change it to allow for these things. And I'd imagine this is going to be the raid ID in the instance that we are going to see come out. So like right here, I don't know what this is. I think this might be a pond, but we will definitely see. It's a giant crater right now. This is just your standard Alliance human blacksmith, and now we're gonna go explore this castle, which is a giant building as well, and then I will hop over to Cata for you guys and show you what this area looks like on Cataclysm, so we can compare the vast differences that I think are here. I haven't done the Death Knight starting quest since Wrath launched like 3 years ago, so I don't really know off the top of my head. The only thing that really looks the same is like that church building, these buildings, and this castle, and then that apple orchard. Though like the building placements look the same, but a lot of like finer tuning and aesthetics have been changed, as well as this is probably the initial PTR version, so it's probably not anything too new or crazy that has been done with it as well. So keep that in mind. There's still room for a lot of things. I would love to see any hints of an Ashbringer. That'd be really cool, or like any of these interactable books. That's why I'm hovering over all of them, because like the chairs give you interactable sort of dialogue, as you see in the bottom right corner right there by the bug reporter. Like they're giving interactions, but I'm not seeing any books or any like little tidbits or hints of a quest. But obviously definitely further in, but I would love to see this turn into something that lets you cleanse the Ashbringer. I think it'd be really awesome. But we are exploring it, and as you can see, just your standard Alliance castle. I haven't seen anything that has been interactable. We've checked all the houses, all the stuff, but all in all, just awesome to see a new, real, authentic zone added to Classic WoW. We have not seen that, and I love any time that they use any of these like things that are there. Like Hyjal is available, Karazhan, as we saw with Karazhan Crypts, are available, and just so many cool things with a lot of potential here. And I think it'll be a really fun. I don't know if this will be like a zone into the raid or if this is going to be the raid itself, but this just looks like a traditional Alliance inn. So the buildings are, you know, what you'd expect from Classic WoW. Nothing new with that. But anyway, guys, I'm now going to hop over to Cata to show you guys the this zone and see what it looks like, to give you guys sort of a direct comparison, and so you can, you know, draw your own conclusions from that. But all in all, I think it is absolutely fantastic, and I was pleasantly surprised with this gate opening here and being able to come into it. And, you know, the Scarlet Enclave hopefully will be a very fun, exciting raid to experience. So anyway, guys, I will see you on Cata in a moment. Alrighty, guys, so we are here on Cataclysm, approaching Tyr's Hand. Obviously, you know, flying makes this a lot faster and easier for me, but as we can see, we just fly over Tyr's Hand. Looks exactly the same. And something really cool to notice is that this is completely different on the PTR, as we saw. Obviously there's Scarlet people here, but what is super cool is that actually it's the Ruins of Scarlet Enclave here on Cataclysm. But as you can see, this gate is definitely overrun. All the people are forsaken. There's no NPCs, there's no wagons, like all the aesthetic and beauty is gone. And then we come here, and as you can see, the buildings are not exactly the same. I don't think these houses were the same. This tree isn't here. Obviously the castle is not destroyed, but when we really look over like the other areas and see things like the farms and stuff that we went to explore right here, like this crypt was able, like the crypt is blocked off in the PTR that we saw, and these cauldrons, all this forsaken stuff, all this has been wiped away, and they're building, you just have a wall where they're building some really cool stuff over there. And then we are also going to take a look over by the docks to show you what I was talking about with that. But it really, like this area is like the same buildings, but other than that, the aesthetic is completely different. And it's really awesome. So like right here is where this ended. That tower wasn't there, and then this is where you go down the hill to the sea, and there's boats and all kinds of stuff when you're doing the Death Knight starting thing. But right here it's just a dead dock, and this is just not in the game at all. So it is, once again, while it is derived from the Death Knight starting area, the class Cata area ruins of Scarlet Enclave, the buildings obviously should be where they are because it is before Wrath of the Lich King. That makes a lot of sense. As you can see, like this building isn't even here anymore. I guess I was right about, or I was wrong with the cages and stuff being here. The gallows are definitely looking different, but it's just really cool to see, like, we have a dead, decayed aesthetic here, and then on the PTR it is all newish looking. And I think it differs from the Death Knight starting area a lot, but I'd have to make a whole Death Knight to really see that as well. But I think it's a really awesome thing to see added into Classic, adding a final new zone. And even in regardless of if the aesthetic looks the same as something we've already seen before, I think there could be so much potential for a raid. If we have unique encounters, we have unique fights there, I think it could be really awesome. And that's what I'm looking forward to most, is seeing what they do with it. Obviously, they are limited to what they can truly create inside of Classic WoW, and then we have seen them have to use a lot of aesthetics and things that are already there, and there's no shame in that because, you know, if your hands are tied, it's what you can do on such a quick cadence and stuff. So if we see really awesome fights and really awesome raid design, I think Scarlet Enclave could be a absolute massive success, and I can't wait for any PTR testing, any word on it. I think it'll be an amazing raid. The only thing I have seen from very early data mining is that the instance is started to be coded in, and it allows for 40 players, which strongly suggests that it is going to be a Scarlet Enclave raid. But anyway, guys, those are my thoughts, opinions, trials, tribulations, everything you need to see. This video is rather long, so I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say, what your thoughts and opinions are, and hopefully one day soon we will be in the Scarlet Enclave, which will be freaking amazing. So anyway, I hope you have a great day, and until next time, I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Hey you. Yes, you. Are you still there? Well, I appreciate you for taking the time to watch this entire video and making it to the end here. If you enjoyed this video, definitely check out the other videos about World of Warcraft listed in these playlists down below. And thank you again. Have a great day. Bye-bye.